Hello, Gages Lake. Happy Wednesday, September the 9th. Hope you're having a great middle of your week. It's quickly moving through another week. Tonight we have the first Awana of the year. Our TNT kids will be here in the building along with our youth group, and so we're excited and we are ready for them tonight. But being Wednesday in the Word, I wanted to share just a quick thought this afternoon, from Proverbs. I love just reading in the book of Proverbs, and this is a particular one that maybe you're familiar with. Proverbs 22. Proverbs 22 verses 1 and 2 says this: "A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and favor is better than silver or gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is maker of them all." And that's one that I can tell you that I heard when I was a kid. You know, a good name is to be chosen. I remember my dad talking about how, that when you go out into places, remember who you are. Remember who you represent. And he's like, your last name is Lovelace, and so when you go out into the world, people, you have our name, and so you want to make that a good name. Like I remember him saying that. I remember being on a basketball team and the coach telling us, you're Mount Calvary Christian Academy Warriors, and you remember who you are and who you represent when you're out there on that court, and you represent. And of course, all of them, both of them, my dad, the coaches, like different people, they always came back to the same one, and that was, remember, first and foremost, you represent Christ because you are a follower of Christ. You're a Christian. And in us today, like, I can tell you that through life, that those words have always been reminded in my life. Like, who am I? Like, what's the name that I have? I've been teaching for 16 years, 17th year teaching. And when I taught in North Carolina, it was amazing to me. If someone saw me in a store and they called my name, depending on how they called my name, I knew it had to have been this particular word. For example, because I grew up there. And so if someone called me JW, if they said, "Hey, JW," then I knew it was someone from my past, someone from my high school, someone from when I was a kid, because that's what I went by. If they said, "Hey, Jay," then I knew it was a recent friend, or someone that I knew. If they said, "Hey, Mr. Lovelace," I knew that it was a kid or a student or a parent of a student. So going by different names, and that's even true today. Like, some people here, they say, "Hey, it's Pastor Jay," and I'm like, Pastor Jay. Like, we don't put any, words in front of anyone else. Like, "Hey, it's accountant Casey." "Hey, it's manager Ken." Like, we don't, it's computer technician, whatever. But Pastor J, like, I understand, but having the name, thinking about your name, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. And I often wonder, the driving force behind so many of our decisions. I have 4 young boys. Two of them quickly becoming and are turning into young men. And one thing that I want them to have is a good name. I want them to go forward in life with, I don't care the money or what they do. I want them to have a good name with other people, because and favor is better than silver or gold. Like, do you have favor with other people? You remember over in Luke chapter 2, it talks about Jesus, how he grew in wisdom and grew in stature, and he grew in favor with God, and he grew in favor with man. And as followers of Christ, that name, Christian, we should find favor with people. Like, we should grow in favor with one another, not dividing, not tearing down. And so one thing that I really want my kids to know is, yeah, they have a name. Their last name is Lovelace, and as unfortunately, that's their last name. But they're going out into this world, and I want them to have a good name. Some people look at it this way, and they say, as long as you see my kid as good, then it's okay. Like it doesn't matter what they've done, as long I just want you to think of my kid as being a good kid. Your kids are not good kids. My kids are not good kids. We're sinners just like us. I think having a good name is a reference to having maturity, making mistakes, but owning up to those mistakes and stepping forward in maturity, and having a good work ethic, and exemplifying the fruits of the Spirit. I love verse 2 because verse 2 continues with that. The rich and the poor meet together. The whole point, verse 1, it's not about the money, it's about being a good person, having a good name, having favor with other people. And then he says the rich and the poor. So the people that seek after the money, and maybe you didn't get money, but you had a good name, meet together. And the Lord is maker of them all. And I was really like, what do you mean they meet together? Like in a meeting hall or in a place? And then it dawned on me. They meet together because one day every single person is standing before God, whether you're rich, whether you're poor. The Lord is maker of them all. And you stand before that creator, you stand before God, then it matters. Was your focus on just making money, and it didn't matter who you undercut, who you put down, who you destroyed in the process and tore apart your name? Or does it matter that you were in Christ? You were a follower of Christ. And you exemplified and showed Christ to other people. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. I hope you have a great week. I can't wait to see you again on Sunday. This Sunday, don't forget, we have communion at the end of our service, as well as a prayer service that evening at 5 o'clock. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.